Guys, today I am bringing you another Flashback Favorites video, and I haven't done one of these in I'd say about 2 months or so, and this one is going to be revisiting my top 10 current makeup favorites, and that video was posted in April of 2015, so it's been over a year since I posted that video, and it'll be interesting to see what products I used up and the ones I still have and I'm still using, or if I'm not using any of the products in that video. So I'm gonna get started. As always, I'm going to start off with the products that I used up. I used up the NYX Dewy Finish Setting Spray, the Becca Opal Shimmering Skin Perfector Spotlight, which was a liquid highlighter in the shade Opal, the Maybelline Creamy Matte Lipstick in Lust for Blush, which I do have to share with you today because I bought it earlier in this year and I passed it on to my sister because I wasn't using it. And the same thing goes with the NYX Butter Gloss in Eclair. I used that up, but I also received one, I think, in a swap, and I'm just not a lip gloss person anymore, so I passed that on to my sister, and she's using it, but I do have it to share with you in the video to show you like the color and formula. And then I also used up the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes Mascara Sample and the Benefit Creaseless Cream Shadow in a Birthday Suit, and all of those products are pretty awesome. First, I'll start off with the 2 lip products that I passed on to my sister, which was the Maybelline Lust for Blush Creamy Matte Lipstick. Here is a swatch of it, and that is what the lipstick looks like. This is a really beautiful color and formula. The Maybelline Creamy Matte Lipsticks are some of the most comfortable matte lipsticks that I've tried. Actually, I think these are like one of the 2 matte lipsticks that I've tried, but these are so comfortable, non-drying, and very, very creamy, as you can see. Here is the lipstick compared to the swatch. It is like a dark mauve pink color, and it does look really nice, especially like in the winter time when you're wearing a little bit of darker lips. Because I'm so pale, in the winter it does look fairly dark on me, even though I did use up a full tube of this and I used it like all year round. I just got kind of sick of the color since I did pick it up again, and I should have just picked a different color, but I chose this one again because I did love it. I really do like the color. It is a beautiful shade, but I just have other things that I like better, so I'll just use this every once in a while, as I said. And then next I have the NYX Butter Gloss in Eclair, and the formula of the Butter Glosses is super creamy. They have a really nice scent to them. It's like a nice like icing cake flavor, I guess. So here's a swatch of it. I'd say this lip gloss is like light to medium coverage depending on how much you build it up. It is a really beautiful shade. It's like a light, somewhat cool tone pink color. It's not super cool toned. It's like, I'd say, in between neutral and cool tone. It is a really beautiful color, but as I mentioned at the beginning, I am not the biggest fan of lip gloss anymore, so that's why I passed it on to my sister. But these lip glosses and the Bare Minerals ones are my favorite lip gloss formulas if I were to purchase a lip gloss again, but I'm kind of just over lip gloss at the moment. I just like lipsticks, and I want to try some liquid lipsticks. So that's why I passed it on to my sister. It is a really, really good formula, but I'm just kind of over lip gloss. I have an eyeliner to share with you, and it is the NYC Liquid Eyeliner, and this is the black one. And I think they only have black liquid liners as far as I know. So this has a really long wand and a brush tip applicator. It is like very, very tiny. It's a very tiny brush tip, but it works really nicely. There is a very strong learning curve to it. It took me a while to learn how to do my wings with this, but once you get the hang of it, you can make really, really sharp wings. As you can see, that's what I'm wearing today. And I'm actually pretty happy with my wings today. I really like this liquid eyeliner. It dries down matte. As you can see, it's kind of starting to. And it is super black, super matte. It wears pretty nicely with me as long as my eyes aren't like super, super watery. They really don't like smudge that much. If anything, if I'm like laying down and my eyes start watering, it might smudge my wing a little bit, but not really that much at all. So this has really nice lasting power for how affordable it is, and I really, really like this liquid eyeliner, and I have repurchased it I think 3 times. The rest of the products that I have are eyeshadows, so I have 1 single and 2 palettes. The single that I have is MAC Omega eyeshadow. This is a matte formula. I use this for my brows as an eyeshadow, and I've even used it as a contour shade. This has a really, really smooth formula. That's what it looks like on my finger. And here is a swatch of it. I think this is such a versatile eyeshadow, and this is my second pan of it. I think the one in that video I had like the actual eyeshadow pan without this container around it. So I think that lasted me around a year or so, and this one I haven't used a whole lot this year because I've been panning eyeshadows in Pan That palette. It's such a great eyeshadow. I think it's really versatile for different skin colors and hair types because I've seen brunettes use this like myself, as well as like blondes. This could probably work for someone who has a little bit darker hair than me, not like super black hair or like super dark brown, but I think mid-tone to light hair colors would be able to use this eyeshadow depending on how bold you like your brows, and I've really loved this over the years. Next I have my Urban Decay Naked Basics 2 palette, and a lot of my shadows are gone in here because I've used some of them up, and I've also crushed out 2 colors that I didn't like. So I'll insert a picture of a new one so you can see what the colors look like if you haven't seen it before. I think this is such a great neutral palette to pair with other palettes, or if you really like matte shadows, I think you would like this palette. There is one satin finish shadow in here called Skimp, and it is a nice like highlight shade. I used it as a brow bone highlight, inner corner highlight, and as a face highlight, so it's very versatile in that way. I've used these shades as brow shades, eyeshadows, contour shades, and the colors in here are really beautiful. They are more leaning towards cool tone, but I think the one shadow in Cover is more warm tone in my opinion, as well as the shade, what is it? It is escaping me at the moment. It's like the clay shade. It's next to Skimp on the right. I don't know why I can't think of that right now. Oh, it's Stark. That one is more warm tone in my opinion, so I think this is a versatile palette as well. So if you didn't have MAC Omega and you wanted to buy a palette, I think this is a good option as well. Plus Urban Decay eyeshadows are really nice, especially their mattes. So I'm going to just turn on the vacuum in my house, so I'll try to finish up this video within the next 2 minutes or so. So the final product that I have in this video is my Lorac Unzipped Gold palette, and as you can see mine is extremely dirty because I've gotten a ton of use out of it. So mine is gonna look like it has a lot of love in it, which it does. So that's what my palette looks like. I've actually done a full review and swatch video of this palette about like a year and a half ago, so I will link that down below. But as you can see, I've hit pan on these 2 eyeshadows in Undressed and Uninhibited. And this shade actually fell out in Unafraid last year while I was at the beach. I dropped the palette and it went all over the floor. And this one in Unwind I actually crushed up because it was way too similar to the one above it, and I don't think I needed both of those, and it just, I don't know, I just didn't want it in the palette, so I took it out. So in my opinion, the standouts of this palette are the shimmer shades, so I'm going to go off camera and swatch some of the shades for you. I actually decided to swatch all the ones I have left, so those are what they look like. Like I said, the shimmers are my favorite. The mattes are fine, but I'm actually considering crushing up Undeniable at the end of this video because I swatched it and I could barely get any color payoff because look at all that hard pan. Every time I touch it, it just gets like that and it gets those little bubbles in it. So I think I'm just going to crush that up at the end of this video, but I'll keep this dark matte brown in here because the hard pan isn't as bad. And even with the brush, it still gets those little bubbles, so I don't think that's very good. But my favorite shades in here are the shimmers, especially Unleashed and Unlocked. Those are my 2 favorite ones. So that's what my palette looks like. I've gotten a ton of use out of this. The Lorac eyeshadows are really nice quality, especially the shimmers. I think they apply super intensely on the lids. And if you love gold shadows as much as I do, I think you'd get a ton of use out of this palette and you will love it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I plan to do more of these in the future, so be on the lookout for those and my upcoming videos. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Talk to you later. Bye.